This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what you need to know today. France's president has reiterated his country's support for Armenia, its independence, territorial integrity, democratic process, and aspirations for peace, and indicated the European Union is considering adding Armenia to a funding instrument that provides military support to non-member countries. Speaking alongside Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan in Paris yesterday, Emmanuel Macron also pledged to continue to develop cooperation in the field of defense, without elaborating. Last October, Yerevan and Paris signed a first-of-its-kind arms deal that enables Armenia to buy military equipment from French defense manufacturers. To that end, the French newspaper Le Figaro has reported that Armenia expects 3 French-made radar systems to be delivered today. The radar systems can detect enemy aircraft at a 250-kilometer distance, Le Figaro said. CivilNet was not able to independently verify the news, and as of this afternoon, neither Yerevan nor Paris had commented publicly on the matter. In addition, Macron yesterday called on Azerbaijan to engage constructively with Armenia in ongoing efforts to delimit their border and to allow Armenians displaced from Nagorno-Karabakh last September to return to their homes. In response, Azerbaijan's foreign ministry released a statement blasting Macron's remarks as baseless, insidious, inappropriate, and anti-Azerbaijani. For his part, Pashinyan repeatedly thanked Macron for his special personal role in taking relations between Armenia and France to a new, particularly dynamic stage. The leaders were in Paris for the induction of Misak and Meline Manouchian, ethnic Armenian leaders of the French resistance to Nazi German occupation, in the Pantheon Mausoleum, the country's highest honor. In other news from Paris, French Defense Minister Sébastien Lecornu said he will travel to Armenia today, marking the first ever visit by a French defense minister to the country. Armenia has received Azerbaijan's latest proposal for a normalization deal. That's according to the head of Armenia's Security Council, who announced the news yesterday without detailing when the most recent draft was exchanged or what exactly it says. Overall, we see a positive dynamic, Armen Grigoryan told reporters, adding, "There are issues that we agreed upon verbally during the negotiations where we have seen certain setbacks in the text of the peace agreement, but in general there are also points where we have made progress." For his part, a US State Department spokesperson told reporters yesterday there are ultimately just a remaining few issues that need to be resolved before an agreement can be reached, again without specifying details. Washington still does believe that peace is within reach and will continue to offer assistance and support, Matthew Miller said. Armenia and Azerbaijan have exchanged a number of draft normalization deals since the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh war, but have yet to reach a final agreement. Since 2020, the European Union and the United States have together coordinated one mediation track, while Russia has overseen a separate track. You can also watch the latest episode of CivilNet's weekly Insight series. This week, host Eric Hakopian examines last week's indictment of former Economy Minister Vahan Karobian on abuse of power charges, the implication for Armenia of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny's death in custody last week, and more. The full broadcast is up now on our website and YouTube channel. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 56. That's the number of archaeological objects recovered so far from a medieval rock-cut tomb discovered earlier this month in the village of Ohanavan in Armenia's Aragat-Sotan region. Most of the objects recovered so far are oil lamps believed to be from the 4th and 5th centuries, Armenia's culture ministry told the Armen press news agency yesterday. A local resident came across the tomb last week while working on his land. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.